Another anonymous Pac-12 coach had something to say about Coach Prime, and I think this is kind of lame. I get what they're doing, but it's very lame. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell because we upload all the time. Now, another anonymous source, anonymous coach from the Pac-12 had something to say about Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, and I think that is very lame. But let's go ahead and take a look via On3 on what this anonymous coach had to say. Let me take a look, share my screen, go ahead, boom, right here. It says, anonymous Pac-12 coach on Deion Sanders via Outline Sports. This is either he's going to be really good, really fast, and leave for another gig, which looking at the roster doesn't seem possible. Ooh, little shots. Ugh. The alternative is that they're going to be bad and they'll end up firing him, being him in a big circus. Now, there's a lot to unpack here. One, the thing I hate about anonymous sources, I get why sometimes you have to do anonymous sources. I get it sometimes. But when it's in forms of criticism like this, it shouldn't be anonymous. Because why are you being anonymous if you got this on your mind? The reason why you're anonymous is because you're not supposed to be saying this for whoever you work for. It's a Pac-12 coach. I'd imagine it's either a head coach or an assistant. I'd imagine like an assistant, not just like a position coach, like a coordinator or something. Because if you're anything less than a coordinator, you really shouldn't even be talking to the press a whole lot during the summer. They're looking for stuff like this to have something to talk about. As you see, we're talking about it. But at the same time, why, if you go say something about Deion or about any other coach, put your name behind it. Let them know where it came from. You're doing that because you still want to be kiki and ha-ha in his face when you see him. Like, if you got something to say, good, bad, or indifferent, just put your name on it. Pat Narduzzi had no problem, whether it was right or wrong, putting his name on a quote. What they asked him about, because the thing is, a lot of these coaches are being asked about Deion Sanders. Now, let's not get it twisted. I'm not going to act like they're just talking about him out of nowhere. For the most part, they're being asked because he is a hot commodity, and getting a sound bite from you may get him to respond, which we're going to talk about, and it gives us something to talk about, or it gives us something to report on or whatever during the summer when there's not a whole lot of going on, a whole lot of action going on. And so therefore, they're asking them about them. I'll give them that. But if you got something to say, put your name on it. Pat Narduzzi had no problem when they asked him about Deion, putting his name on. Yo, I don't think all those transfers is right. I don't think that taking in 70 transfers in 1 year or over a course of one offseason is cool. And whether you agreed with him, disagreed with him, whatever, he stood on that. Matt Rule, who plays Deion this year, him and the Nebraska Cornhuskers play Colorado Buffaloes this year. They asked him about Deion Sanders because they do have a game and they are old rivals way back in the Big 12 or the Big 10 or something. And they Big 12. And they asked him, like, about Deion. And he said whatever he said. It wasn't the friendliest of comment. It wasn't the nicest of comment. But he put his name on it. He stood on it. He's like, yo, it is what it is. But for these anonymous coaches, and especially if you're not a head coach, it's very cornballish behavior. I think it's ugly. If you got something to say about somebody, especially if it's negative, just put your name on it, or don't say it at all, or just like, hey man, I'm here to talk about whatever Pac-12 school I talk about. I'm not here to talk about Deion Sanders. I got we got our team, we got Oregon, USC, Stanford, Cal, Colorado, all on the schedule. We got stuff to work on. And so here's the same quote. Either he's going to leave early or they're going to fire him in a big circus. And Prime actually responded to this. He said, this is the dumbest thing I've almost ever seen. And the only reason why I said almost is because I'm giving y'all time to top this stupidity. We come in and it. Love him, whoever him is. Now, here's the thing. It's not that I don't think that some of the quote could be possibly accurate. I think if Deion does have success at Colorado, he won't be there very long. I've come on here and said that multiple times. I think 3 years max. 3 years max. If he does 4 years, I'd be very surprised. But 3 years max for sure, simply because I don't think this is the final stomping ground for him. I think he, in his mind, in his vision, he sees himself at a place bigger and better than Colorado, which is okay. That is okay. I genuinely think that. I think he sees himself at a Florida State, at a Florida, at a school in the SEC, wherever that may be. Not ending in Boulder, Colorado, where it's difficult to recruit, harsh weather, in the Pac-12, a dying conference, et cetera, et cetera. There's a number of reasons why you shouldn't be at Colorado. It's like not a very good job. It has great facilities. Yeah, they got a lot of money in Boulder. That's not a great job. And so that's why I don't think he'll be there long, especially if he finds success early. The whole firing him in the big circus, I don't think that is even a possibility. I think Colorado is going to keep Deion as long as he wants to be there, simply because it is a win, 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 win for them. He said lose, lose. No, it's a win, win, win. Because even if they suck, even if they don't win, Deion is going to keep press there. He's going to keep butts in the seat. He's going to keep you in the news cycle. He's going to have you talked about in your football talked about. He's had Colorado since he became the head coach in December. They have been, if not the most talked about college football program, one of top 3, no less than 3, top 3 most talked about college football programs in the entire country. On top of that, they've got more coverage in this 7, 8 months. They've received more coverage, more videos, more clicks, more streams, or whatever, more followers or whatever in these 7 months than they probably did in the previous 15 years combined. The 7 months, you've gotten more media coverage, more impressions, more whatever, than probably your 15 years of Colorado football combined, previous 15 years. And the thing is, and to kind of top that point, why it only makes sense for Deion to leave, you see Mel Tucker, who's a good football coach, now the football coach at Michigan State. He had somewhat success at Colorado in 1 year. He's out of there. Now, I think Deion will give them more than 1 year. I think Deion will give them 3. But as soon as he gets the ball rolling a little bit, as soon as he gets to winning a little bit, as soon as a big-time job opens up in the SEC or in the state of Florida, Deion's out of there. And he should be. It only makes sense. And it's not enough money Colorado can. It's not. They even said they had to borrow money to pay Deion. And they're still getting hand over fist. Deion is I think Dr. Boyce put it as a company acquisition. It's a big acquisition. And they'll lose that at some point, and that's okay. But they're having a ton of fun while he's there. And they haven't even played a game yet. They're raking in a ton of money and having a ton of fun while he's there. And they'll do that, I think, over the course of the next 3 years. But up until that point, I think he will leave. So I think part of that quote is accurate. Just put your name on it. Just don't be a punk and not say and just do it anonymously. Anonymous, that's garbage. That's lame. Pat Narduzzi gave you the blueprint. You got something to say about any coach, not just Deion, but anybody. Put your name on it or don't even say it at all. That's my thoughts. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Another anonymous quote from a Pac-12 coach, and I say that's whack. Put your name on it if you got something to say that bad. My name is Jeff LightsyJr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff LightsyJr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button before you get out of here. Like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload all the time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That is on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.